Yeah, yeah. We'll probably scratch that. They got a lot to say, I got a lot to do. Asking about 3, 4, 5. What about 1 and 2? Hardest candy, they just want mosquito. Easy splashy deal, easy gassy feel.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Open Up with Cami. Just wanted to tease you with a little bit of Bey T, who will shortly be in the building, guys. This is Open Up with Cami Mukendia, live on Radio 254, guys. Coming to you 24/7 with Kenyan-only music, guys. I am hyped. Are you hyped? Because I'm pretty freaking hyped to sit down, chit chat, have a little girly chat with Bey T herself. So that will be at around 11 a.m. Stick around until then. This is basically Bey T Radio, and you're listening to Ndio.
Love cooking in a stew with my wrist is looking super cold. It's still hot up in this booth, it's like a super stove. Yeah, I'm lifting double now. Working, drinking, buna, yeah. Sip 'em double now. Always look to God when I see anything that's trouble now. Yeah, I'm so high up, yeah, you can't reach out to my bubble now.
Lazima, we're here with young Bey T, otherwise known as Bey T, otherwise known as... Actually, I wrote a little intro for you. I wrote a little intro for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am so ready.
My guest is one of the biggest rising stars of East Africa, with hits such as Wololo Unanicheza, If They Done Know, and many, many more. At 22, she's achieved so much, including being shortlisted for the top 10 in the entirety of Africa for Mr. Easy's Empower Africa. Everyone give it up for Bey T. Woo!
What up?
What up,
guys? We in the building. You already know it's your girl Bey T.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No, we're so excited to have you, babe. And I don't want to start off with our history and like how this whole interview came to be.
Okay.
Just gracious to host you and to have you on Radio 254. So thank you, man.
Grateful to be here.
Always looking beautiful as ever. If you're tuned in live right now on 254.radio, you will not be able to see the beauty this woman possesses.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. Just starting off strong with the gassing. But just to start off real quick, your journey leading up to music, who are you? How'd you get here? How'd you get into music? And growing up, was it always music, or did you have any other passions along the way?
So I used to be super into football. Like I thought I was going to be the next Alex Morgan. But I always had a musical side. I mean, we were in high school together. If you remember, I was always playing the piano.
This girl was constantly
songs.
on the piano, writing, like singing Lana Del Rey.
Yeah. It was a passion, but I didn't really look into it until around 2017.
Mm-hmm.
When I got a microphone, I got a laptop, and I was like, let me hear myself back a little bit.
Yeah.
And at that time, there wasn't any limelight in Kenya. There wasn't really anyone, hopping into the scene. So it was very intimidating at first. But as soon as I got into the groove, I was like, okay, this is what I'm meant to do. Like,
That was 2017.
Yeah.
Did you not drop If They Done Know in 2017?
I dropped it in 2018. No, I actually dropped If They Done Know in 2019. But my first music video was at the end of 2018. So all of 2017 and 18, I was on SoundCloud.
Right. Yeah. What was like the first song that proper blew up?
I'd say it was FaceTime, which was my first video ever. Yeah. So I was like, oh damn, that's quite crazy.
And that was
That was the end of 2018.
You blew up pretty quick then.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's genuinely amazing. Like what lessons have you learnt in like such a short time? I mean, these days, like it's hard to imagine 2017 was 5 years ago because it feels like yesterday, but it's still like quite a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So like what have you learnt along the way from FaceTime to now?
I think I learned a lot about my sound. I've learned a lot about, my music, making sure that, it represents who I am as a person as compared to what it's supposed to be for everyone else. So, when I started out, I was super young and it took off super quick. And, like I said, in Kenya, there wasn't a lot of support for new sounds. So I learned that, you know, you just keep going, keep doing you, and it's going to make sense in the end. So, you know, a lot of things that seemed impossible don't anymore. So I don't think I can ever make the mistake of holding myself back again. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned sounds in Kenya, because I feel like here we go with like trends. Like in the 2000s, I don't even know what to call it, but like nameless vibes. And then now we went to Gengetone, and now we're in like drill. So you not conforming to that sound and bringing your own sound, which I would describe as like Afro swing, rap. Like it's actually very unique to you. And I like what you've added to the table in the scene. But just to ask, did you have any influences, musical influences, that kind of influence your current sound?
In general?
In general.
Yeah.
Could be from childhood or now.
A lot of my influences are like old school soul music, old school rappers, because I felt like that was when music was really at its
peak.
Yeah. Because there was no social media or anything. You know, everything was made to relate to people's lives, like not to really look a certain way or make someone feel a certain way. So definitely a lot of Etta James, old school, Lil Wayne, Public Enemy.
Do you know the first song you ever sang for me? Rather Go Blind?
Yeah,
Etta James. Literally.
So she really influenced my sound. Obviously I don't have, you know, old school soul music.
No,
but
I feel like you can see it in your lyrics, especially in your lyrics. That's when you're like, this girl knows what she's talking about.
Yeah,
and that's actually really cool to know.
Thank you.
What was the hardest song for you to release?
I think the hardest one was The Most, because it was very different from what I had released before. And I put a lot into the production, the video. It's actually the only song I did the whole thing in one take.
You did The Most in one take?
In one take, yeah.
You're
one take.
Freaking lying.
No, I swear.
What
that was
the
like
hell?
the only. I've tried to do it again since then,
and it just doesn't.
I just did the whole thing in one take. I was at called Ivan Creatives, the studio, and you know, at the end of it, we just we kept playing it back, and we're like, "Yo, there's nothing to change about it." Like, that's we didn't
crazy.
add any ad-libs, we didn't add nothing. Like just the way it was.
It was just a track. You went on the mic, and that happened.
So I had it written.
Okay.
So it wasn't one take freestyle.
Right.
But it was still,
but still, usually you go back and actually, I mean, how would I know? You mix it in.
You mix a little stuff in. Add a little twist.
A little twister in there.
Yeah, that was crazy for me. So I didn't know if it's because I liked the song a lot or if it was like worth the release. So I'd say that was the hardest one for me.
The numbers speak. It's a freaking banger, man. Yeah. Speaking of bangers, man, you're American, technically.
You got me.
You got me.
You got me. I am American. But I was born here.
You are
raised here, and there, but
there and everywhere.
Yeah, definitely added to my third culture. Added a lot to my sound because you know I feel like my music resonates globally because of how many places I've lived and stayed. So I see it as a blessing.
Would you ever want to blow up there?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to blow up everywhere.
Sky's the limit, hey?
Because, you know, I really want people around the world to recognize the talent we have in this country because it's insane. It's insane.
So when you blow up there, it will be Bey T from Kenya.
Yeah, I can't ignore my Ethiopian side. I'm
no,
Ethiopian
you can't.
And everything, but like this is my city. Nairobi is my city, so it would be Bey T from Nairobi.
I was about to say your full government, the Ethiopian name.
Yeah, there's no part of me that I'd want to ignore, but you know, this is my hometown.
Of course,
city.
And you repped it when you went to South Africa.
Yeah,
I want to delve deep into the South Africa trip, the very first one in 2018, 2019.
Yeah,
right. The process of being chosen. I remember when you posted the video, the very, very first video, and then you got shortlisted. Take us through that real quick.
So I heard about, you know, the whole Empower thing, and then so first they were choosing a couple. I think it was 100 artists to just do a video for and everything, and I was like, okay, 100 from the whole of Africa felt like a long shot, but I I posted my video, and then they reached out and I made the Empower 100. So I was already ecstatic.
You were like, Mom, Mr. Easy chose me.
We up. So by the time I saw that there was like a top 10, I just ruled it out. I was like, okay, most of the artists are probably going to come from, Nigeria, South Africa, places that have a very established
the main,
So, I did not see that coming at all. And then when we went for the masterclass, I ended up coming off top 2, which was also crazy to me. Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I knew you were top 10, but I didn't know you were top 2.
Yeah. So at the end of the masterclass, they chose 2 artists. So it was me and an artist from Malawi called George.
Shout out.
Kusha. Yeah. And so at the end of it all, I was like, damn. In the beginning, I thought like, there's no way, I'd make the top 100.
Right.
Ended up going all the way through to top 2. So it was a really big life lesson.
I wish I had like an applause button right now to just push.
No,
that's crazy.
It was crazy.
Do you still go back and forth between here and South Africa then?
So often. Like, I fell in love with South Africa, with the sound, with the people, with the fashion, the lifestyle. Like,
is that how Unani Chaza came to be?
Yeah, I felt like I already had ties with Unani Chaza. Right. I was working with this company called Ziki Media, and I had a bit of like a trial period, went out to South Africa for like the 100th time. I love going out there, and back. I had tried the Amapiano sound before here, but like this time I actually worked with Soa Matrix, he's an amazing producer there. Wow. And, I actually tapped into the actual Amapiano sound. Wow. And I loved it, I loved it. Wouldn't really be my main, I'd say, sound like to be recognized by. Yeah. But it's definitely something I would want to do more of in the future.
I mean, it speaks to your versatility at the end of the day. Like, you can hop onto an Amapiano track and just kill it. So that is one of my favorite tracks of yours. Yeah. I'm glad you took that risk and like decided to step into the Amapiano scene. With live performances, do you enjoy live performances?
I love live performances. Like, absolutely, it's my home. I feel like I'm at home.
You feel like you're
on stage.
In your element. Haha, pun intended. The last live performance you did was at Western.
No, after that I opened up for Shasha. She came, I think it was on Madaraka Day, the 1st of June. So that was Winning Post. Right. But before that it was Western, and Western was crazy.
I think that's my favorite live performance of yours. Yeah. Owned it. What's your favorite actually?
Mine would be Nonso, when Nonso.
Oh came. Yeah, that was. And our girl Crystal was one of your dancers. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Good times. Great event from Nonso. Okay, now that we got like the baseline questions out the way, I'm very curious about the music industry as a whole. Okay. And you mentioned something recently about management and possible trouble with management. How has that been, like having both been in management, are you still with management, and being independent? And what do you prefer? So pants to the camera.
Upper.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one.
We're in a forming industry. Yeah, it's forming. It's not there yet. Mm-hmm. So I've come across a lot of challenges with finding a team, with finding the right team, rather to say, because anyone can find a team. Yeah. That would cater to my sound, and as a woman, it's also very intimidating because most people represent male artists here, not just here, but in Africa in general. Yeah. So I did have management that was abroad or Nigerian. Mm-hmm. And I was working with them for I think a year. And
how did that work internationally?
Yeah. So
my point.
Yeah. So You see, my outlook on it was like, okay, if it's tricky to find something substantial here, then let me look outside. But when you look outside, you don't really have a lot of resources inside. Because they don't know how it works.
They don't have the networks as well within Nairobi.
They might know a few people, you know, up there, but like the networks and everything, there's still a gap. So I found myself doing most of the things.
Anyway,
yeah.
And you're here paying management.
Exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense at all for me. So, right now I'm independent.
Love that for you.
I've never signed a deal. Well, not a label deal. I don't intend to.
Oh wow! Like for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I don't intend to. I feel like it's very important to have my creative control as an artist.
Right.
Might take a long time, but amen.
Yeah. Praise God.
I gotta praise God. So you know, it's a challenge. It's a struggle, but I feel like, you know, it's part of the journey. It's part of what you have to undergo if you really want to make it to where you want to get.
Let me tell the listeners real quick something about Betty, as you know as Bey T. She cares a lot about what she puts out. She's always been like that. You take time, care, and effort into what you release. So it makes sense to me why you would still want that creative control and not want to relinquish it to someone that may not have your best interest at heart or think they know better than you.
Yeah.
But if you were to find like the perfect team or label who gets you and whatever, is there to support you and you can tell they're genuine, would you sign to them?
I need to take a look at the deal.
Yeah. Terms and conditions and that.
Yeah, but of course, if I was in, you know, in an ideal situation, at the end of the day, you know, the goal is to elevate. If I find something that can elevate me internally and externally, I would never turn it down.
Right.
It's just the chances of finding that, especially as a African artist, or an African female artist.
Right.
It's not something that comes, you know, at early stages.
Right.
So definitely down the line, I would consider it. But as of now, I feel like most of the moves I make kind of go around signing and staying independent.
Right.
You know, trying to network, learning how everything goes so that when I have a team, you know,
you know the landscape. Yeah. You don't need to rely on them to tell you what to do. You're like, actually, I did it myself this way and it worked pretty well. Why don't we try that?
Exactly.
Love that. Yeah. It's interesting you keep mentioning the female experience, and I'm happy you did. What role does gender play in this industry? Honestly, because bro, men are mad. Well, society is mad.
Crazy. I feel like there's a lot more pressure on female artists. There's a lot more sexualization. I was gonna say. Marketing is way more than personality.
Right.
So, you know,
you have to be the full package.
That would be the goal in general, but like I feel like a lot of male artists don't have to worry about
what they wear,
their appeals as much as females do. There's, you know, unrealistic body culture. There's you know, there's so much that isn't present for male artists.
Right.
And being an artist alone is already so
hard and taxing.
Yeah. So when you add all those little things, it's like you're at a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, being a woman is magic, you know. So
funny that how women always have to work 10 times harder than men. Funny that.
To get half the recognition.
Okay.
So
now we're getting into it.
That's how it goes. Basically.
Kenyan artists that say like how KOT is brutal. Yeah. And like it's not nice obviously to wake up and you just want to have a cheeky scroll on your TL and then people are bashing you. You're seeing your name on the TL.
I never really thought of it like that. I do know that one thing for me is like I'm very big on being myself and having people be themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people on Twitter, you know, try to come off as something they're not. And you can't do anything about it. It's hilarious.
Right.
But, you know, like you know someone in real life and you're like, this person would never, you know, go about this or say this. And for me,
to your face.
it's a very important platform, especially, you know, for promotion, music promotion. So I'm not ruling it out at all.
No, you can't.
I can't.
But you have to like mentally distance yourself, I feel.
To an extent, because I feel like, you know, it's an app I don't necessarily resonate with a lot. I don't find myself, you know,
checking Twitter at all.
Fun. Yeah, unless there's like something specific to go and check, if something's going down, which is every other day. But yeah.
Mental health is what we're going to be talking about after this song. What Bey T song should we play? At me at Twitter on Kami Mukendia. Use hashtag open up with Bey T. We are opening up. We're just getting started. And here is Unani Cheza, what we were talking about earlier. Our multi-talented, versatile queen is in the building. And we'll be right back to talk about mental health and spill more tea with Bey T. Alrighty. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ay,
Ay, ay. Alrighty, welcome back to Open Up with Kami Mukendia, where today we're opening up with Bey T. And we've just been cutting up, chilling, vibing. In between being live and not live, we've also just been catching up ourselves. And before the break, I said we'd be talking a bit about mental health because I know that that's something that resonates with you, Betty.
Yes.
And you're in a unique situation where I don't know if you've ever publicly spoken about mental health or anything. Have you?
I think I have.
Yeah.
A while back, though.
A while back.
Actually, crazy enough, it was the last time I was at 254 Radio. A while back.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Who was the interview with?
It was with
Eric. Oh, it was Eric.
And
right.
Shaz.
I know who that
Shaz,
is.
yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know who that is because I'm new here. Yeah. But would you be opening to unpacking that right now?
Yeah, most definitely. Let's do it.
So, how do I even phrase this? What's your mental health journey been like? And also in comparison to now that you're in the public eye?
Okay. So, mental health is a very, very complicated topic.
Yeah.
Because, I can speak about it, but that'll only be from my point of view. So I always want to make sure that, if you don't relate, that doesn't mean that your struggle isn't as important, or it isn't as valid. For me, it's something I struggled with before music. So music kind of made it a bit more complicated because I had to be in certain places. I had to do certain things that I struggled with doing before. And I had to, be in the limelight at times where I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't be in it. So it's always very important to step back, kind of remember that it's more important than anything. Whatever job you work, whatever career you're doing, classes, if you're a student, whatever it is, you come first.
Yeah.
And it's easier said than done, but it gets a lot easier when you actually start to put yourself first because you validate your own feelings. And once you validate them, it's easier to assess them and see, okay, what is making me feel like this? What's in my control and what's not in my control? Because a lot of the time it's a lot of advice about, just live your life or like just don't take it so deep.
Be positive. Be grateful for the life you have and all of that jargon that goes around.
And a lot of putting down people for, feeling the way they feel.
Yeah.
And, once you validate your own feelings, then you kind of have to ignore any expectation.
Right.
Because that's the only thing that's stopping you from getting better. The expectation of getting better at a faster pace or for someone else or, for you to not look like, you're going off the rails. Yeah. And it's very hard to find genuine people that actually do care. So sometimes opening up can make it worse. So
it can.
I think the most important thing is validating it for yourself, making sure that, you get better for you. because at the end of the day, that's all you got, you know? So
that's so important. What you said about being the one to validate your own feelings, and you can't accept that external validation from others, especially with mental health, because it's so unique.
no one understands how you really feel.
Exactly.
And, you know, when you're frustrated in trying to explain it, it can make you feel like there's no way out. Because how do you get out of something you can't explain?
No, you can't.
So you have to really pay attention to how you feel and, you know, what you feel you need.
Yeah.
How, like, no matter how crazy it is, if you feel like you want to ride a camel, bro,
do that shit.
find a camel.
Find a camel, ride the camel. If that's what's going to get you out of bed.
Yeah.
I'm very open and honest with my listeners when I talk about depression and anxiety and what I in particular struggle with. I can't imagine having to say I have a performance like later on, and I am just in the pits, in the depths of depression. Someone is knocking on my door telling me, okay, Cammy, wake up. It's time to be on stage. On stage?
Yeah.
I can't even brush my hair right now.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, bro. Hats off to you.
Thank you. And hats off to everyone that, you know, still wakes up and goes to school, to work, to,
for you, it might be the studio or stage, and for someone else, it's just their job, which is equally as important.
It's equally as hard.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you don't feel like any of your day-to-day activities are making you happy. So it's a struggle, but, you know, you really need to remember you're not alone. There are people in this world that care, that are down to help. It's just, you know, don't expect it from everyone around you. I'd say the safest bet is to expect it from yourself.
Wow.
For me, finding God really made a difference.
Wow.
There was a lot of things I felt like I couldn't fix for myself.
On your own.
And no one could fix it for me. So, you know,
you had that to lean on.
Him, I had that to lean on, and it actually opened up a lot for me. And, you know, I know it's hard for a lot of people to approach something that they don't know. But who's to say you can't try every avenue in front of you, you know, especially if you feel like you're at the end of a road, go back and try another road.
Wow. If you see roadblocks and it's like, this is it.
You turn around. Yeah, you don't just turn off your car and it's like, okay, let me get out my car. There's nowhere I'm going. It's like, let me find how to get there. Even if it's a road that I don't know, even if it's a rough road, even if it's a road that leads to a place that I don't know if I want to be at, you just got to keep trying, you know, the different routes to actually get to where you need to be. And I feel like that's the hardest part, but it's the most important part of getting better.
That will connect with so many people listening.
I hope so.
And hearing you say that, like, low-key tearing up, because I know the journey. I've seen the journey, bits of it I wasn't there as well. And just so proud of you.
Thank you.
And just have so much love for you. Getting deep here.
Yeah.
we're opening up
with Cammy.
We're opening up with Bey T. And I was going to say, like, in particular, it's going to connect with your fans. And do you feel that connection with the people that look up to you and
most definitely.
Yeah.
I always hope that I will come across.
Yeah.
Or my music will speak to, or help anyone.
Yeah.
In any situation, because I feel like, you know, music did that for me.
You see it through your lyrics as well. Is there a song in particular you're like, oh, it's too personal, I don't want to, like, put that out there?
I'd say my intro and outro for Concept. They were quite
I'm gonna play
deep.
it right now.
They were quite deep.
Yeah.
Even what you just played, like Jaded, it's just not about yourself. You know, it's not about the cell phone. It's just removing yourself from being the problem. You know? So we always feel like, oh, why am I still feeling like this? There's something wrong with me. Like, it's not you.
It's not you. Your brain is fighting against you.
You are fighting for your life. Like, you are in a world and a generation where, you know, meaningful things aren't appreciated.
No.
So you're literally trying to find that. Everywhere you go, you're trying to find a genuine connection.
Yeah.
Or a genuine happy moment. And, when you don't find it, you think it's because of you. And it's not. It's
Do you
really
think
not.
people have, I don't know if this is coming out from left field, but that just made me think, do you think people have like incorrect perceptions of you when like they first meet you, like they have an idea of who you are compared to who you actually are?
Yeah, that happens very often. And I think that's just because everyone interprets music differently.
Yeah.
For people I've known for a long time, it kind of helps. Like when they hear my music, they can kind of connect the artist and
the person
together. Yeah. But for someone you don't know, they can hear certain songs and perceive like you as hard to approach or
or what they even see on like social media. They're like, that girl thinks she's all that now. Whereas like, well, what have you based that off of? Picture on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, even without being an artist, there's a lot of people that act like they know you, like in real life. So when you do music, it's like a bigger crowd.
Like they come up to you and they're like, wow, like, they know you on a deep level. That would trip me out.
It's trippy, but it's honestly a blessing. Like, I can connect with people I don't know.
Just through a song.
Just through music and, just through like interviews like this. Like someone will really listen and be like, wow, like, I really feel like I know her.
Yeah.
And I always love meeting people that appreciate my music because without them, I wouldn't be where I am and I wouldn't be going where I'm going. So, I never liked coming off as, stubborn, standoff. But I understand that, a lot of artists...
don't name names.
I don't want to name no names, but, a lot of, artists are... And you can't blame them either because... Some people don't receive that well. Like some people receive that as invading my privacy or, making me feel like I have to entertain and converse with you.
It gets draining and tiring and they kind of build resentment towards it.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, not everyone that approaches you is genuine. No. Not everyone actually is trying to meet you for a good reason. They just want to, get something
out of you.
Right. Some hate off of them. So like, you have to be careful.
You have to be careful.
What you listen to.
A few weeks ago, we went bowling. Great night. Yeah. And loads of people came up to you. And I have to say, like, you're always so gracious with it. And you're genuine. Like I think that's so important for people to know and understand because having that human connection, like you said, you wouldn't be here without those same people. Genuine or not, you can't tell, so you can't be, standoffish to everyone. Yeah. But connecting with the people that follow your music is definitely, you can't go wrong with it, can you?
No. Great. Definitely not. If anything, it feels amazing.
Yeah.
To hear
like, gosh, thanks for supporting.
Yeah, and to hear when are you putting out more music?
When are you? Great segue.
So, I'm actually releasing an EP this year.
Woo!
September.
Finally, she's feeding us, guys. We're being fed.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna be worth the wait. I have some really dope features, some really dope songs on there. I took my time. I found my sound.
Love that.
So definitely very excited about that.
You put out a video on Instagram, the Triller. Is that one of the songs?
Yes.
Because that sounds like a freaking banger, mate. Yeah. It sounds like a
it is one of
freaking
the
banger.
songs.
Great. So we're wrapping up now. And I just thought, why not ask some really stupid questions for people to get to know you better. Beach or woods? Beach or woods?
Beach or woods? Beach.
Beach. Daytime or nighttime?
Oh, damn.
I know.
I'm nocturnal. I can't act like I'm not nocturnal.
Yeah, you are. Like, you want to be the girl that's like, yoga in the morning. But you were up early today, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm always, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I love the day, I love the night.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose one, I feel like the nighttime, there's so much peace and quiet.
Yeah. It is very still at night. I love that. Nights out or nights in?
Oh my gosh. Right now, definitely night in, but I had my night out.
We love a good night, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a few.
Back to back.
Yeah. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Night in right now. You're in a very homebody stage.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's your birthday month soon, though.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I'll be night out again.
Night out again soon. Favorite color you've dyed your hair? This is what I need to know. hard-hitting questions.
I'd say it's right now. It's kind of like a blonde, ginger, brown thing going on.
I was gonna say the ginger hair for me so far is my favorite.
Yeah.
I think there was a time you dyed your hair blue, no?
I had the tips temporarily.
Really? Yeah.
That was a phase.
Love that.
That was like a little
Breakthrough.
Avril Lavigne phase.
What was that, year 9?
Yeah, no. That was 10th grade. That was when I was in the US.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of, favorite high school memory?
I'd say when we were in Bayside
Yeah.
and our music teacher, Mr. Tweekong.
Oh, sweet.
Those were like my favorite memories ever. I didn't even know I was pursuing music.
Yeah.
But like I just would have such a laugh in that class. Like,
okay.
yeah.
That, no, I can't lie. Like that and travel and tourism.
And travel, yeah.
With Zachary.
Yeah.
We died. Like I don't know if we did any learning in that class, to be honest.
We taught ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. Finally, type of guy you'd never get with.
Oh, like a full of himself,
Yeah.
Like I'm the one. I'm, everything kind of guy.
Just a
because
cocky
for me,
guy.
even in terms of like girls or whoever I meet, humility is so big for
So
me.
important. Yeah.
So if it's not in a guy, it's very hard for me to feel interested.
I get that. And
like-
in this Nairobi, we get a lot of those creatures.
Yeah.
A lot of those creatures around. Okay. And then I have a very specific question from someone we went to high school with. I put on my Instagram to ask you questions. This is from Adi Nyavera,
Okay.
who, by the
Shout
way,
out-
is
shout out,
our
Ad Nyavs.
shout out Nyavs, who actually is my co-host on Mondays because Mondays are for the boys. Adi asks, if you're driving and your brakes fail, would you rather run over kindergarten children or
Oh my
puppies?
gosh.
Shout out Adi. Don't answer that question, I reckon.
Definitely the puppies.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, I know that's very sad, but I ain't hitting no children, bruh.
The other kids.
I'm not hitting no kids.
Imagine hitting a puppy. Adi, what is wrong with you? Is everything okay?
Like either way it would go south, but if I had to go with one, I'm not hitting no babies. No.
Well, thank you very much. That's the note we're going to end on.
On that note.
On that note, thank you very much for opening up with me. And do you have any parting shots to give the audience?
Thank you for having me, first of all.
Of course, babe.
I'm putting out music super soon. I have an EP dropping September, some singles before that, so be on the lookout. I'm super excited. And again, thank you for having me, 254 Radio.
We're
Nairobi,
happy
my
to.
city, my town.
Yeah. Reppin' Nairobi, reppin' Kenya always. So I'm going to give you the control over the song we're going to end on. Our closing number. What are you feeling?
Wow.
Responsibility.
I would say Fly.
Fly.
Yeah.
Fly is coming up. Okay, guys, this has been Open Up with Kami Mukindia. We've been live with Bey T. And of course, our system is messing up on the last song. Instead, we're going to end on Dio.
Okay.
Because that is my favorite song of yours, by the way. Fun
Okay.
fact. Thank you for joining us, Bessie. We've just had the best time. Love you so much. Come back. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Bye.
To do. Asking about 3, 4, 5. What about 1 and 2? Hardest and deal. They just want mosquito. Easy splashy deal. Easy gassy feel. They got a lot to say. I got a lot to do.